That was a tremendous display. If we could turn this way, Devon. It was the left hand in June. It was the right hand here in October. The right hand so effective here tonight.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So replays in sports goes hand in hand. Whenever you're watching any sport, replays and highlights are almost guaranteed, except for when you're watching a boxing match on ESPN, obviously depending on who's fighting. Would it surprise you if I told you that ESPN did not show one single replay of Devin Haney landing power punches when he was fighting against George Kambosos in their rematch? And yet when Lomachenko fought Teofimo Lopez and hardly threw any punches for the first 6 rounds, do you know they still managed to play highlights and replays of Lomachenko throwing the little punches that he did throw within those rounds? In one of those rounds that they played a replay, that was the only time that Lomachenko threw any punches. And soon as he threw punches and landed a punch, they replayed it in between rounds. Now, when it comes to the Devin Haney fight against Kambosos, the second fight, just like the Australian commentator who was interviewing Devin Haney said, he said, "You won the first fight with your jab, you won this fight with your right hand." There was actually a round where Devin Haney threw about 7 to 10 straight right hands that landed flush on Kambosos, and ESPN did not bother to replay any of those power punches. Instead, what they did later on in the fight, out of nowhere, in between rounds, they decided to put together a string of Devin Haney throwing nothing but jabs in between rounds, and that was the only time they put up a replay of Devin Haney throwing any punches in the fight. You see, ESPN, they desperately wanted to continue pushing the narrative that Devin Haney, all he throws is a jab, despite the fact that they were admitting during the broadcast that now Devin Haney is throwing hooks and right hands, everything. There was a round when Devin Haney went into Mike Tyson mode, went into the high guard and started walking down George Kambosos with nothing but hooks and had him hurt badly, which is the reason why George Kambosos said multiple times after the fight that Devin Haney is the best at lightweight and he's pound for pound top 5, one of the best fighters in the world. You see, there could only really be one logical reason why ESPN would not be playing the biggest highlights during the fight of Devin Haney landing the biggest punches of the fight. And that's just in case George Kambosos gets a gift decision in Australia. They don't have to worry about co-signing that Devin Haney was winning these rounds by playing all of these big highlights of Devin Haney landing the biggest punches. Because obviously, if you're playing highlights of just one fighter and not the other, that clearly implies that that's the fighter that won that round. Which also explains why they would play replays of Lomachenko landing punches and not Devin Haney. At the end of the day, we all know what time it is. That's all I got for now, guys. On to the next one. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, the fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to LODkey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.